Good day or good evening, whichever the case may be when you watch this video. My name is John Ellis and I play guitar in a collaboration with saxophonist Tony White and percussionist Ray McNamara in a group we call Trio EWM. Improvisation is an important part of our music. There is mystery, there is exploring, ambiguity is a part of it. This is music which happens in a moment and never again the same. At our best, we stop thinking about what we do. We simply let it happen, trusting our intuition and our gut feelings. Your energy and your spirit play an important part of what we do, and we regret that you cannot be involved with us as an audience at this time. When you can, go out and listen to music. And if you have something to say and feel comfortable, go up and start a conversation with the musicians. Guinea was written by Don Cherry, one of my favorite musicians. When I moved to San Francisco in 1990, Don Cherry lived around the corner. The Church of John Coltrane was in the neighborhood too. Percussionist Horacio Altan, who played with Cherry, introduced me to this song. A while later, we played this with Tony and Ray, but in a bigger group and in a different kind of way. Where I live now, I often played with saxophonist Marty Fogel, who worked with Cherry for about 15 years starting in the 1970s. Marty moved up to Vermont recently, so I don't get to play this song as much anymore. But Guinea is one of those tunes that Don Cherry wrote that resonated with Marty, amongst others of course, and this is a melody well suited to the tenor sax, an instrument both Marty and Tony play. We did not change the key that Don played in. This is good for the guitar and it's good for the bass, as both instruments have a low E. I took some of the ideas from the bass line Charlie Hayden played on a record by the group Old and New Dreams that both Charlie Hayden and Don Cherry were in. As the guitar doesn't offer those lower notes found in the bass, and with those lower sounds, we needed to adapt what we do. On this recording that you hear, I'm playing a custom-built solid body Telecaster guitar, which I borrowed from a friend. It's similar to this, but this other guitar was a little bit nicer, had a few more options available. Here's a simplified version of the bass line and the melody played together. The Telecaster by Fender is known for its twangy sound, most often associated with country and western. But they were also originally designed with a way to make a darker tone. Well, if I switch my pickup selector, roll back some tone, maybe do a little bit of muting of the strings here, I can get a nice bass sound. For much like modern times, there are more guitar players than bass players. And if you're paying attention at most events where there's music, whether it's a band or a DJ, the bass is being pumped up for the dancers. So in the old days, when the solid body electric guitars were relatively new, this is the 1940s or early 50s, you would see sometimes there wouldn't be a bass player, so the guitar players would have to cover that role. And that's what I just demonstrated. Now what the drums play, because we don't have a bass player, we're not playing with those low tones, I have to be aware of what pitches, what tones, what sounds are coming out of the drums, whether it's the low drums or the mid drums or the higher drums. Even the cymbals affect what I play, as does whatever register the saxophone plays in. So playing this line in the lower octave makes sense in this group. It gives it a little bit more oomph, which we needed. If I play it up an octave, if there's a bass player, I might play it here. And if I really wanted to come up a little bit more, I'd even jump up another octave. Same with the melody. You can play the melody in different octaves as well. The high one, or mid, or low. And on a good day, in a key I can sing in, they might even play it and sing the melody. You get the idea. We do what we have to. And we really, really know the songs. Here's a closer look at the guitar I've been playing. The volume and the tone knobs. Pickup selector, the bridge pickup, the twangy sound, the neck pickup, the rounder sound, with the hand, the bass. What I think we are trying to do as a group is we're striving to bring and build this music together. There's no one person leading. We're making suggestions to one another at most, and trust that each one of us will come up with an idea that will work. And we keep trying. We are discovering our place in the music as we go. What I find most attractive is the art of developing and expressing with one's own voice. This is what I listen for. This is where I make the most effort. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening.